All right, guys. So you guys know that every now and then I like to do these reaction videos to college students discussing political issues and their opinions on political issues. And one of the reasons why I like doing it is because it reminds me of how ignorant I used to be in college in regards to a lot of this stuff, right? And how ignorant people still are in college. Just because you are college educated does not mean that you are educated. You simply just have a college degree. And I think that this is especially true when you start to talk about getting a degree in certain irrelevant subjects like gender studies that don't really have any real economic utility, okay? Which, I mean, again, in my opinion, is contributing to the student loan debt crisis. But the woke revolutionaries don't really want to talk about that, right? They don't really want to talk about the useless degrees that they go to school to get. But anyways, that's a whole conversation for another day. This video right here, I think really exemplifies what I mean when I say that just because you are college educated doesn't mean that you are educated. As you know, there's this perception among liberal women, right? Liberal college educated women, that women in America are oppressed, right? But once you actually take a step back and look at, okay, well, they're oppressed compared to what, right? The rest of the world, all of a sudden, that argument kind of falls apart. And I think in this video, it kind of lays that out beautifully. So without further ado, I'm going to play this video from Campus Reform. They do a great job, give me lots of content to react to. And then I'm going to chime in on my opinions in regards to these interviews.
Hi, I'm Ophelie Jacobson with Campus Reform. Today we're at the University of Central Florida talking with young college students about women's rights here in America and abroad. Do college students think that women are oppressed here in the United States of America? And what happens when they find out how women are treated under the Taliban in Afghanistan? Let's find out. Would you say that women are treated unfairly in the United States?
Yes, I would say so.
Yes. I've quit so many jobs because of the way I was treated at work.
Definitely. I think that there's...
I wonder why, because somebody looked at her the wrong way, right? Somebody looked at her the wrong way and said, oh man, I'm oppressed. I guarantee you that's what it was. Guarantee you it was something petty.
There's a lot of like institutional factors that play into that, especially when you think about just like unequal pay.
We already have a lower pay wage, even if we're overly qualified.
Oh man, here we go. Here's the gender wage gap myth. Guys, it's been debunked time and time again. See, this is how you know they're not educated, because if you took a economics class that was worth its grain of salt in college, they should tell you that the gender wage gap is a myth. At least at my school, right? UNC Chapel Hill, when I took my economics courses, one of my teachers just flat out was like, yeah, the gender wage gap is a myth. Right? Once you account for all the relevant factors like career choice, hours worked, negotiation ability, education, all those factors that account for wages, once you, again, adjust for that, the gender wage gap goes away. And guys, let me tell you, one of the things I love about capitalism is that in a capitalistic society, if you're truly being discriminated against, and you're overqualified, right? Whether that's racially, whether that's based off your sex, gender, whatever, right? Somebody will hire you, right? Somebody will bring you on and say, you know what? This company didn't hire this person because of their race, sex, gender, whatever, but this person is clearly overly qualified for the job, right? They're clearly qualified to do what we need them to do. So you will be hired. You will get a job, because that is the nature of capitalism and how firms compete with each other, right? For workers. In a capitalistic society, those who discriminate against workers, at very least in theory, should lose out in the long term, because they're going to have lower levels of productivity, right? This is why I love capitalism. Capitalism is the answer to the discrimination problem. But see, if you listen to the woke revolutionaries, they'll say, oh no, it's the issue. It's the problem with, no, it's not the problem. The problem for a lot of these people is that they don't want to work hard. They don't want to take risks. Again, I always say, if you don't want to work hard, capitalism is not for you, right? It's just not for you. And that's why a lot of these woke revolutionaries on the left, these socialists, hate capitalism so much, because they don't want to work hard. They don't want to take risks with their money, right? They don't want to do that. They would rather get paid by the government to do nothing, right? They think that everything should be handed to them. And that's never how our society's been structured. If you don't work, you don't eat. And if you work hard enough and you accumulate enough resources, then you really don't even have to work. Your money can work for you. Okay? That's the end goal, right? That should be the end goal. That's the beauty of capitalism.
For the position.
There's still a lot of traditional, I guess you could say, like perspectives on like what a woman should do and what a woman shouldn't do.
Yeah, there are definitely some unfair treatment in some aspects.
Would you say that women are oppressed here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's primarily, of course, there's
Women are oppressed, but you're on a college campus, right? You're oppressed, but you're in college, right? You're in college. And you're not at home. You're not making a sandwich. You're not married to some man. You're not covered up, right? Nobody's essentially telling you what to do. You don't even have to be monitored everywhere you go. Again, this is what happens in some societies where women are actually being oppressed. But here in America, they get all those freedoms. You get all those freedoms. But yet they're saying that they're oppressed. Again, I don't understand. It's almost like they don't understand what the real world is like, which again is the problem with woke revolutionaries. They don't understand the real world.
there's the intersection of not just being a woman, but also being a woman of color or a poor woman or an immigrant.
Yeah, I mean, there are things that make it hard.
Would you say it's hard to be a woman in the United States of America?
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, compared to where, right? Compared to where is it better on earth to be a woman than the United States? Somebody tell me, is it better to be a woman in Europe? Look, I ain't never been to Europe. I plan on going. I ain't never been. But I would like to know, right? Is it better to be a woman in Europe than the United States? That's the only place I can think of where it might be better to be a woman in the United States. And even then, if it is, it's probably only marginal, right? Probably only marginal. But I would much rather take our more capitalistic society in America than the socialism that they have over there in Europe, to be quite honest with you.
So hard.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
It is. It is, yeah.
20 years ago, we first invaded Afghanistan after 9/11. But before the U.S. troops invaded Afghanistan, the Taliban was in control. And under the Taliban, women weren't allowed to have a job. They weren't allowed to get an education. They weren't allowed to hold a position in government. They were being beaten and killed under that government. We drove them out, and since then, life for women in Afghanistan improved greatly because of U.S. presence. Now that the Taliban has once again invaded, many are fearing that women are going to be treated the same way as they were 20 years ago. Women are already being beaten and killed on the streets. What is your first reaction to this?
It makes me very nervous for especially the young girls growing up who might not be able to get an education.
Something that we should think about is refugees coming to the United States and maybe being more open about letting these people find asylum here.
Face says it all.
Wait. Hold on. I thought that women were oppressed in the United States. So if women are oppressed in the United States, then why would you want them coming here to the United States, right? Women are supposed to be so oppressed here. Again, somebody make it make sense for me. You're telling me that women have it terrible here in the United States, right? So oppressed. But no, bring on the refugees. Bring as many Afghan women here as possible to our oppressed country. It's ridiculous.
Oh, unless so you're just gonna take away their hard work that they earned to get those positions because it opposes their personal views. If they worked hard for that, who do you think you are? Just coming there and just too bad. Stay in the house while the man does all the work. Like what?
Terrible. Honestly, I don't know what more to say.
It's kind of a really extreme version of sexism and misogyny.
It's awful. I think that the U.S. should take in as many refugees as they can.
Looking at everything that women are dealing with right now, what they're going to deal with once the Taliban becomes even stronger, does that kind of change your perspective about how women have it here in the United States?
Yeah, it could be worse here. It could be as bad as that, but that is definitely easier for us to be a woman here.
AKA, I never actually thought about how women are treated in other countries versus the United States when forming my opinion about whether or not women are actually oppressed in the United States.
Compared to that, yeah.
Ooh, see, I feel like both parties are oppressed. I don't want to say one has it worse than the other.
She's literally saying, I don't know. I don't want to say if women in the United States have it worse than women in Afghanistan living under the Taliban. I mean, guys, she literally just said, I don't know, man. I don't know. Again, having clean water, being able to get a job, being able to drive a car, not having to go everywhere with a man, being able to be elected to political office. I don't know. It can be just as bad as living under the Taliban. Again, like I told you guys, just because you're college educated doesn't mean that you are educated. This is literally a prime example of that.
But it is a
So you wouldn't say that being beaten and killed is worse than maybe just having a lower wage?
no. That's why I'm like, ooh. I feel so, because it's like, yeah, they're both forms of oppression, but that is a lot worse than what we're going through.
Yeah, we have it better. We do.
I think it does. I mean, compared to what's happening in Afghanistan, I do have more basic rights.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, we still got it a lot better than many other women in other countries around the world.
You know, obviously in other areas it's a lot worse. Like with that situation now that I know, like, obviously there's not as much as to complain about here than over there.
There's really nothing to complain about here when it comes to there. I mean, let's be real. What do women really have to complain about here in the United States versus a place like Afghanistan? What do you really got to complain about? Again, all opportunities are available. You have a woman vice president. Hillary was almost president, right? Hillary's almost president. So, I mean, I don't understand. Women have the ability to be elected to the highest office in the country, right? But yet you're sitting here trying to say, well, women are oppressed and, blah, blah, we got it so bad. Again, just because you're college educated doesn't mean that you're educated.
You think we have it pretty good here?
Oh, that feels like that contradicts what I say about. But it's the truth, though. That's a good question. Because you have a very fair point. We do have it better here than we do in Afghanistan in general. So I'm like, that's a good question. But I feel like it contradicts what I just said.
Do you think we have it pretty good here?
Yeah.
We have it pretty good here.
Yeah. It's definitely better than how it used to be and better than a lot of other places.
I guess, yeah, I would. I mean, people aren't being, like, murdered just for being women on the street.
Does it make you appreciate being a woman in America more?
Yeah, a lot more. We still have a certain amount of privilege that we hold being in this country where we don't have to fear necessarily beaten every day or killed.
You got a whole lot of privilege. Guys. Oh, my goodness. It's funny. Campus reform just educated those women in like 5 minutes more than they've been educated being at college. You see how effective just basic probing is, right? When you say, hey, you think you're oppressed, right? Oh, okay, great. You're oppressed compared to what? Would you say you're more oppressed than these women living in Afghanistan? And see, and then once they start to think about that, right? And they start to really think about, I do have a lot of rights and privileges here compared to the rest of a lot of places in the world. All of a sudden, their opinion changes. You see how at the end, those girls are like, oh, yeah, no, we actually do have it pretty good here. And this is why I try to tell you guys about the liberal brainwashing in college. People are becoming brainwashed because college doesn't teach you how to think anymore. They teach you what to think. They don't teach you how to think, right? If college taught you how to think, you wouldn't have so many people going to college and becoming so liberal-minded, right? So far leftist minded, where they think that they're oppressed, everything is stacked against them, and that, they're in the worst place on earth, right? America's the worst place on earth. Again, they're teaching you what to think, not how to think. Because again, any basic thinking skills, which again, campus reform help these women learn how to use their brains, right? How to think. Once they actually did that, it was, oh, no, I was wrong. We're actually not oppressed. It was really that easy. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.